Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks, and starting with Amazon here. So with Amazon, I've been looking at two counts, as you may recall. One of them is that we have wave 4 here, and we go 5 waves up for wave 1, and we pull back into the box here, the lower end of the box for wave 2, and then we go up for wave 3. So that's one count. The other count is that wave 3 stays here, but we look at this as the A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here for the B wave, and down for the C. So basically an A and a B and a C wave. So we've got two counts in the opposite direction, and that's okay. We will be able to work through and work out which one is which, but we just need a little bit of patience and a little bit of time. So as you can see, the move down, for if this is wave 1 to wave 2 here, then you could see that, well, we're 2/3 of the way through this this trend here for wave 2. So we really need for that to play out here. Should you go short at this particular point in time? You could. There is further downside in both cases, and we can see like the volume. Oh, that's not today's volume, that's in here, isn't it? Well, anyway, yeah. Anyway, I don't trust the volume on this particular platform anyway. It's a CFD provider. But anyway, have a look on that, see if you've got increasing volume here. But I mean, I wouldn't personally short it because of coming into this space. So even if it was a wave 4 coming further down, it's going to spend a lot of time bouncing around the 3400 area through here. So let's just go in and have a little closer look at that on the tick chart and see how all that's developing. So one of the important points here on the intraday time frame is that we do have 5 waves in this first move here. So that means that after a correction probably in this space here, then we'll get another 5. So because we got 5 here, after a correction we'll get another 5. So we've still got further to go to the downside. I've got this here as the A, the B and the C here. I mean, I don't particularly like spikes, as you know, but I mean, they're real and it's occurred. But if I look at that there, then that gives me a nice little ABC to that particular point there. So it also looks like if I just ignore the spike, I could look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So I could also look at this as down for 1, back for 2, down for 3, 4 and 5, and have a low coming into this space here as well. It's not a very nice 5-wave structure, I understand that. But whatever happens, we can go long above that wave 2 now. Okay, so I'm just explaining myself. So, but I've got it as an A and a B and a C here for either wave B or wave 2 and wave 1 over here. So if we're looking for this wave 2 here, then we'll be looking at this as an A and a B and a C wave for this. So with the C wave for this, currently we've got this as 1 and 2, and looking at wave 3 coming down, wave 4 and 5 here. So C and 3 are kind of the same in a way. We can look for wave 4 to come back over here. So, I think we can safeguard ourselves by going long at that point, just in case this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it's overlapping wave structures, but there's a possibility for that, and we'll counteract that with a move above that wave 2 there. So we have that position there to go long. We could have talked about that yesterday over here as well, but now we've got this wave 2. So I think there's still more downside. This 3 could extend down further as well, because if we are in wave 3 here, this looks like it's just wave 1 and 2 in here. So little wave 1 here and back for wave 2 at that point, perhaps. So that brings it a little bit deeper down, but the market will, 34 is a Fibonacci number, 21, 34, 55 in the Fibonacci sequence as a thing, so it'll have a bit of a double whammy here. And we've also got this little trend line coming through here as well, so there's 3 good reasons for the market to stall in here. I'd probably make a liar out of me and cut through a hot knife through butter here, because we're in 1 and 2, we're in the 3rd wave and heading the 3rd of the 3rd in here, and we'll have a 3rd, so it could possibly move down and that. But anyway, all I can say here is that there is further downside, whichever way I look at it. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, let's move along. So Google, we've been looking at this in two different ways. One of them is having a wave 3 top in here and then looking for wave 4. The other one is looking at this as wave 1 here and back for wave 2 and moving up. I don't think that's the case. I think we're in a wave 3 here because very typical. This is a very typical sort of pattern coming into a major level here, having wave 3 here, because we normally get wave 3, the arrival, the reaction, and the first high above the level. So I think that we're on the right track here. You would expect this wave 4 to pull back to this wave 4 or pretty close to it. So that's kind of what we're working on in a way, working on those two counts. So yeah, on 100 ticks here, we're looking at okay, well that's good. It's gone down a bit further. So I was thinking that this move, I mean, we could look at this move down through here as the A wave. We can look at this as an A and a B and a C wave to here and be done and dusted. So that wave C can be here and we can mosey on down from that point. But I was thinking that it's trying to cover that gap, but it has moved down quite significantly here now, so I don't think we will go back up there, but we'll have a look on the 10 tick chart and have a bit of a look at that. But that's still not, no, we still need to come back here further, don't we? I'll check on that. I'll check where that box actually should be. But if this was going to come down, then this would be 1 here and 2 here and 3 and 4 and 5 in that kind of space. The other one we got on the 10 tick chart is more of a bullish count, but I don't think we need to use that now. Yeah, we don't need to use that. It was just a possibility. So looking at down the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave down here, but we don't need to do that now. So we can remove that, and I can start using this in a different way now. So yeah, so we don't need that wave 2 there. That can disappear for a while. We don't need this here, I don't think. Put that over there. It's down here. Be pretty close to wave 1 coming off the lows here, I'd imagine, and wave 2 coming back to this little box in here. And then we can look at this moving down here, 3, 4, and 5, moving down further. So yeah, I mean, if I was going to short this, I can see we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 in here. There may be another little low in here. There's going to be a bounce off this. So we could look at this in terms of this low here and that there. And that would give us our 50-60% retracement level, so we can come here, which is just a little bit higher than I think it will come back, but it'll all be about that consolidation there, really. So this will probably drop further onto the open when it opens down to here, and then some sort of ABC pattern. But it's not this that's important; it's this that's important. Is this block here that's important. But that brings us into group 2 here, so 65, 72 and 80 in that space as a sub-level. So we've got 80, 72 pretty close, and 65 there. That's what the retest will be looking at in that space. So there's sub-levels there, but they'll just give you an idea if you're looking to short, you know. Okay, so that's Google. So we've got Amazon and Google with pressure to the downside, and Apple here. I've just been mucking around with it, so I've changed the count here a little bit. I'm not quite settled on this particular count just yet, so yeah, but we'll go and have a closer look at it. But what I've got is I've got wave 1 to here and 2 to here, which is probably incorrect, but I'm just sort of I'm just trying to think outside of my box in my head. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, a nice third wave here, and fourth and fifth coming up here. I think there's another little high to come in here from wave 4. We'll count 5 waves to wave 5. So we'll go in and check on that. But yeah, I'll just stay with this for a few days and just see how it sits. And I think I've lined that up on my tick chart as well. So we'll just bring in some data here for this. So maybe 1,000's enough. Maybe 2 then, just to get a... Well, let's just go back to the bottom here. So this is what I've done. This, even though that's the low, this low here is part of that thing there. So we're taking it from here. But you suppose you could work that. But wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and 5 here. Obviously, I can't remember what that news event was, but that's kind of destroyed our count a little bit. But yeah, so it's just a bit hard to get 5 waves to put wave 1 up here. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2, a nice strong third wave here, the third of the third, you know, like the strongest, as you would expect it to be. It pulled back 50% rather than 40% for wave 4, so there's a little flag there, but not a big deal. And what have I got here now? I need those. So can't see where I've gone wrong here. We've got an impulse wave here, and then we've got this impulse wave and a correction, and then 3. Yeah, a bit of an extension in wave 4, and 5's not really working here that much. That would take us, let me just get this low to this high. That's coming back to the 50% rather than the 40%. But we've seen that in the last wave 4 too. It came in at 50% rather than 40%. Just coming back and checking this, it's kind of important really, because this is all of minor group 2 in here. So minor group 2 is 65, 72 and 80 up here. There's a lot of other numbers that are important in here, like obviously, you know, 170 is a big number, and from between 70 and 80 we can go 1, 2 and 3 for group 1, the midpoint, and then group 2 in here, subgroup 2 in here, and the same with 60 here as well. So there's a lot going on in here. We don't normally get a good look inside of group 2. But I'll just leave this on the close. I'll just stay with this counter. I think it's sort of okay-ish. I can't really see to change it in any way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I could put wave 5 there. I could put wave 3 there, but then that doesn't leave that very well. So I'll just leave it for the time being. Let's just see if how it handles the 165 here, the lower end of group 2, because really that's what it's trying to do. It's kind of the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, some sort of ABC pattern. We want it to sit here, and I'll rejig this account, this count here, but the trend here is still to the upside. I mean, otherwise I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I put this wave 5 top in play here. This wave 5 top comes into here now, but I just feel like we're one wave short here. So I'll just go back and check what I've done here, and in the meantime, let's just see in the next session how it sits on top of, or sits around this area here, and if it gains support in here, because that 165 you could treat as a line in the sand, as being positive or negative at that point. If it finds support, then we're in group 2 and we'll be bullish. But if it can't get into group 2, then this is where it's going to fail from. So we'll just give it a little bit of time here, and then we'll pick up that thread. Square, as you know, we're pretty much on track here with this market. So yeah, thinking down, I mean, the next level below the 200, which is a major level, is 180. 190 is important. Every number is important, but this is the next biggest number, so to speak. We haven't reached down here before, so the 190 is going to play out quite nicely in this case. So we'll look at the tick chart here for this. So in a nutshell, we've been counting down from the top here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then going down for 5 here. So I've had it as 1 and 2, as you know, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 the third wave. The fourth wave, I wasn't really sure where to put this this wave 4 top here, so I haven't had a chance to mull that over, but I think it's this one, but we'll just need to be a little bit careful. I mean, this makes a nice wave 1, I mean that makes a nice wave 1 too, but because that's got the wave 3 there, it makes that nice 1 and 2 and in 3 in here. So this will be 1 and 2, 1, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, fourth, 5. So there's probably a little bit more to go on here, but not a lot. Be some kind of little thing like this, and then it's going to try to retest this here as wave 4, and then drop into wave 5, into this wave 5. So we'll have 5, 5, or 5 of Y of 4 in that case. So somewhere in here, obviously the 190 is going to play out as a good support in that area. So, but anyway, the same story as yesterday. It's not finished and it needs to work down. And when we do work it down here, then we'll also have a look at PayPal and so on. Alrighty, so Facebook is next. So yeah, so it's traveling quite nicely. But it looks like, from wave B to C here, you can see that it looks like we've got 1s and 2s in here, and this is like the third wave here. So we've still got the third wave to finish, and then we need the fourth wave and the fifth wave. So we're kind of going into bumpy territory shortly with all of this. And I've got it coming to the 300, but it could certainly come lower than that as well. All we can do is just count the waves. So let's go in and do that. 100 ticks. Okay, so from wave B that we were counting yesterday, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here, and then we're looking for 1 and 2. So it's nice to see that third wave come in and sort of validate what we're doing at this point in time with the count. It'll be 1 and 2 in here and 3 here. So we'll be very close to the low of wave 3. So we'll probably see a rally in the next session, and down for wave 5 at that point. So as I mentioned, we're probably we could still be in wave 3 before we get wave 4 and 5 to finish off. So we'll probably come a bit lower for all of this, but yeah, we'll just keep chuffing along. I've just been using smaller labeling, as you know, just to just a little bit more professional, I think. Not so cumbersome. Anyway, yeah, so that's where we are. I don't know, we had stuff on 10 ticks here as well. Just check on that. Okay, this is where we're doing a little bit more detail here. I don't think I'll put in a short trade for this. I probably just talked about the stops for this, but yeah. Alrighty, well, that's something. I'll have to resolve that later. I won't drag you into that, but we're looking for the low of wave 3. The bounce will probably come off 310, I'd say, somewhere like this. Something may not reach 320 again, 320, 318 or something. But anyway, further downside here, so that's all going well. Tesla, so I did make a bit of a mistake yesterday. We ended up with another little high here, and I'm not quite sure how to count that up there, but I'm quite, I mean, you can see that it's moved down, even though I got the high wrong, we've got another little high, but the move down here is on higher volume, if we can use that. So yeah, so I still think the pressure's still to the downside at this point. There is a case for the upside, and we will look at that. So on the 100 ticks, so down this side over here, we'll look at counting 5 waves down for wave A here, and then we'll look for the A, B, and C here for the B wave, and then we're counting down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And yesterday I was looking at this as an A and a B and a C wave to this high here, thinking that this would be wave 1 coming down and going back for wave 2, and then coming down again, but we got that extra move again up here before we got down, and I'm not quite sure how to count this particular structure here at the moment. So it does look like there's some sort of impulse wave, moving down through here, and obviously the 100 here, the 1,100, and being on the old lows here, we're going to see some sort of bounce. So I think that if we were going this way again, this move down here is not finished, but let's just say that this move comes a little bit lower. Right, but it doesn't really matter where it comes. What you're looking for is the rally off the lows here, and then we'll come down for 3, 4, and 5 and move down lower as such. So it doesn't matter. I haven't got time to count that here at the moment, but it does appear that there's a bit more to it. But let it land and let it rally, and then use that against that there. So the other point here is that it's possible to count this here as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and we're finished, right? And it's also, so that wave 4 would be over here for that, and then we can count this up as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here for wave 1. And then we could look at this in a couple of different ways. We could look at it as the wave 2 pullback to here, and then wave 1 up here. I suppose we could also look at it as up for 1, an A and a B and a C, but it's getting a bit big at that point. So I think this is the right count, but I have been working on the bullish count a little bit as well, so that would be a bit more data in here. Yeah, so in this case the move down here is an A and a B and a C for wave 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, and then an A and a B and a C here for okay, I've counted that all to that point there as wave 2. Then this is a bit weird, but 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1, an A wave, a B wave, because it looks like a B wave coming up here, and then I was looking at at the C wave coming down. So there was a chance that we can move higher here as well. So So I could probably just, I need to double check some of this, but let's just assume that that's in at the moment. And as a bearish move, then the market could come this high. So we couldn't really go long until we've had that there. I mean, there still could be more downside here too, because I don't know if I've got this right, you know. if I haven't got it right, then it would be that this would be the wave 2. This all would be the third wave here, and it would fail right here at that 38.2%. So just to let you know, not to go long right there, you know. We can't see that there. Let's do it another way. Let's just put that there, shall we? And that would be the ABC. So it's possible that it can make another low here before starting to work higher again as well. So yeah, look, we'll wait another session. We don't need to call this in as a long trade just yet, but just to let you know that I'm kind of working on it. It doesn't look good. The bearish count looks better. I just didn't quite understand. What I didn't understand was, and I haven't had time to ponder it, was this move up here. Like, it made a new high up here, but it's a bit difficult to get 5 waves up there. Maybe we could. I mean, obviously this would be wave 1 and 2 here, and then we have to get 5 waves out of it. It could be one of those situations where, you know, the last 5th wave is just tucked up in here somewhere, you know, one of those crazy things. So anyway, well, obviously it's like bearish, you know, and we can see the volumes pushing it down. So let's just give it a bit of time. So on the, coming back to the 100 ticks here, we don't want that. Where are we here? We want this one. We want this one. So yeah, there could be one more little move down here. I'm not quite sure about that. But this is how it sort of play out. Yeah, it will probably, if it comes back down to here and then moves up, it will try to find support on top of group 1 here, on top of the 30, and it can trade above that at, you know, closer to 40, but finding support on this level is where it will probably fail because of partly because of all of this as well. Or that just, this will be the volume here, and that would support that being resistance at that point in time. So yeah, this is a little bit weird and threw me out, but I still think we're on the right track of further downside for this market, and to finish off this wave 4 business here. So I need to shift that over there, but I have to also say that I don't understand what's just occurred in that little space there. Okay, so the next one is Microsoft. So we're looking at this in 2 ways. We're looking at this move here with wave 3 up here, and this will be a larger wave 4 coming down. Or we can look at this as wave 1 coming up here, and in that case we'll look at it like this. We've been looking for a little ABC pattern in here. There was a little initial ABC in here, but also a little, you know, it was only like, you know, 4 days here. Is a bit small compared to because basically we're trying to rebalance this trend here, and 3 or 4 days is not really enough. So yeah, it's closed lower, but closed lower on lower volume, I think, if that's even the day, or if they've updated that. But still, we could be looking at it coming down here a little bit further. So let's just go to the 100 ticks. So from the top here, calling it wave 1 up here, but it could be wave 3, down for the A wave here, and then I've got the A, the B, and 5 waves up here for the C wave of B. So we've got the A, the B, and then we're going down lower here now. Now the thing that we need to be careful of here is that from the low here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that could be bullish with a little ABC to come back here. Now it has moved through the 61.8%, but it's possible that that could be the case. You know, I could put that here and the B wave over here, so an A and a B and a C wave over there, and then this lowing here. So I suppose in this case we can go long above the B wave. That should not be breached at this point. So yeah, I've got that little wave 1 up there and that little wave 2 there, so that's possible. But otherwise this move down through here becomes wave 1, little wave 1 here, and then a pullback for wave 2 to come into play, and then of course wave 3 to the downside. So yeah, I think there is, there's pressure to the downside, and we just need to continue to work through that. But yeah, being long above this B wave or wave 2 top here, that's fine. That's what it's all about. So we'll just see, the pressures to the downside. But at the end of the day, I can understand, as we looked at yesterday, as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to this point, and then up for 1, A, B, C for 2. So it can move up, and we'll catch it if that's the case. It's as simple as that. Because any move above that high here, and that confirms that this is a corrective bullish pattern here. So we'll just see. So yeah. Okay, so that's Microsoft, and just to have a quick look we looked at Morgan's yesterday, the bank, so just the daily chart here. So wave 3, 4 and 5 for the third wave, and an A and a B and a C coming down for the fourth wave. We want it to come back down around the previous one here. Now, if I've made a mistake, the mistake is that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1 and 2 here, and then 3 here, and then an A and a B and a C for wave 4 and up for wave 5. So all that up there could be wave 1 up there with an A and a B and a C back in the box here for wave 2, and then go up from that point. So it's possible to have a little wave 2 in that space. So it's possible for this to come down in 5 waves. I mean, even if it comes down in 5, it's going to retrace anyway. So that means that it could go from that point. We'll check it out. We'll get if I expect it to retest the this is all a group 2, 65, 72 and 80. If it takes out the B wave, of course we need to be long at that point, but we want to try to get in a bit earlier than that too. So we'll just keep an eye on it. We'll see how this plays out. We're looking for a long trade. We'll either take it on a classic trading levels pattern sitting on the 165, or we're going to be looking for it down here further, once we can confirm that this is finished. And yeah, we have our first impulse wave to the upside to work with. So that's what we'll be looking for there. Alrighty, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.